It is important that these so-called Democrats understand this. When thousands of Nigerians die in hospital beds due to lack of electricity or lack of medication, it is a crime. They are responsible for these sanctions. They are responsible for these deaths. The same thing happens in Mali. With Burkina, we have indirect sanctions, because people have to understand. When they take their orders from the other side, they come and do everything to apply it. It is shameful.
You know, people ask me many times, why are third world leaders corrupt? I mean, every country in Africa has leadership problems. Every country in the Caribbean has leadership problems. You know why? It's simple. I figured it out. It's very simple. Why are there so many lack of great leaders in your country among black African people? Or even Mexicans, the Asian people? Why is there such lack of leadership in these formerly oppressed countries?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. My name is Dash Lifestyle. Kindly for watching me for the first time, remember to subscribe, like, share, and also comment. So guys, I want us to continue watching this video from Ibrahim Traore. Ibrahim Traore, he's sending a warning message to all puppet and corrupt Caribbean and African leaders to change, because revolution, it has started, and those leaders who they are still puppet, those leaders who are still selling out their country, those leaders who are still doing more corruption in the country, they need to change, because right now black people, they have started the revolution, it has started, and right now they know exactly those leaders who they are puppet, those leaders who they are selling out their country. So kindly guys, watch this video of Ibrahim Traore sending a warning message to the Caribbean leaders and to all African leaders. Watch this video and then I'll be back with more comment.
We are called putschists. We are not French. We do not understand what that means. And the local people, who surely do not even understand the profound meaning of the word, also call us putschists. Very well, we appropriate it. Over the years, as far as Burkina Faso is concerned, you may have noticed, all the bodies have been destructured. No more training, nothing left for the army. They imposed in all our major states, all our schools and all our strategic structures, what they called military councils. When we revolted on September 30th, 2022, the first thing was to find out who these military councils were and where they were. So we were able to identify that the evil was deep. And the first thing was to ask them to leave our army. They left. And what I told you not long ago, you cannot hope to find your lost object by calling on the one who stole it to come and help you find it. When we asked the military councils to leave, we felt manifestations. We were made to understand that we would not be able to get by without them. And every time they told us, it was translated by attacks on the ground. We received the message well. At the dawn of the year 2023, we decided to tell the foreign forces present here to leave, because we want to fight in Burkina Faso. They did not surely appreciate it, but why come and die on our land for us? We prefer to fight ourselves. We ask them to return home. Unfortunately, I tell you here today, as I like to say, colonization has returned. There are slaves of Ceylon who still have not understood. In the meantime, military officers wrote to us and approached us to tell us that it was a very bad decision and that we would not last 2 months. Files were written. We were sent these files to make a strategic analysis of their thoughts. We said either we are sovereign or we remain slaves forever. Indeed, when the last soldier left Burkina Faso, we understood what it was about. The attacks followed immediately. Dehao, Timnikov, Partiaga, and so on. But what they had forgotten was that the people of Burkina Faso had understood our message. And had engaged in the same way as we did. We reorganized quickly, and suddenly we noticed that all the sleeping terrorists had woken up in Burkina Faso. We reorganized the army as quickly as possible, at an unequal speed. We have created several units, and even if several others are yet to come, we have equipped them. And today this equipment continues because in the days to come, the months to come, what you will see coming to Burkina Faso must make our army a power to fear. We will not hesitate about the means. We understood that the fight against imperialism will be hard, very hard. But only the hard ones will pass, and the Burkinabés are hard, and we will pass. We have put on guard for more than a year the local valets, the slaves of Salon, so that they do not betray their country for the benefit of imperialism. Some have understood and organized themselves. Others have not understood. Maybe they thought they were smarter, but today we have no more feelings about this theft. Whoever betrays his country for the benefit of imperialism, he will be treated as such. Returning to our famous ECOWAS, since we decided to leave the ECOWAS, the slaves of Salon have been driven everywhere. They want to scare the people. They want to scare everyone. God, thank you. In a recent past, there were only a handful of people who had the right to speak. On the TV sets, that's what they said, who were ready for the gospel. Today, with the new technologies, which of course have advantages and disadvantages, everyone has the right to speak. And I think the Yayayes are the first to confirm this. Everyone can make his own analysis of a situation. We can certainly make mistakes, but when we come to understand, we are open to explain the process. Here we will explain to you why we left the ECOWAS and where we are going. Remember that it was in 1975 that it was created. And it was created for the majority of state leaders, putschists, as they like to say. It was the military who took the power and took the responsibility to create the ECOWAS, so that there was a real economic growth of the people inside this space. Later, the so-called Democrats were invited to the heads of our states. They completely emptied the community of its foundation. When on June 26, Nigeria decided to take its destiny into its own hands, we were surprised to see the ECOWAS appear on June 16th with a force in wait. Where was this force? When thousands and thousands of Nigerians were killed by terrorists. Where was this force? When thousands of Malians and Burkinabés died under the bullets of terrorists. They said that by force they were going to house the valiant sons of Nigeria who took the destiny into their own hands. Do you believe that these are women who are in Nigeria? There are fighters there. The Nigerian army is a warrior. It has been fighting for years. It is not a parade army or a peacekeeping army. And the armies of the ECOWAS have decided to unite. We are waiting for this force in wait. It is important that these so-called Democrats understand this. When thousands of Nigerians die in hospital beds due to lack of electricity or lack of medication, it is a crime. They are responsible for these sanctions. They are responsible for these deaths. The same thing happens in Mali. With Burkina, we have indirect sanctions, because people have to understand. When they take their orders from the other side, they come and do everything to apply it. It is shameful. Some have decided not to provide electricity to our countries. It is not free. We pay, and it contributes to their economy. They have tried to make Mali suffer. And of course, by ignoring all the texts and not providing electricity to Mali, hoping that the population would revolt. It does not work. When it lasted, some were forced to make their own people pay by increasing the cost of electricity. It will increase again. This gives us several lessons. Several lessons in the sense that the independence we take, the sovereignty we take, we must do everything for it to be. They have given us very good lessons, and we have understood very well. Some have closed their ports, which goes against all international texts, because we cannot close our ports in a landless country. They did it. They violated the text. The international community did not say a word.
Guys, please take a look at this. I bet you that many of you have not seen or have heard what just happened in Burkina Faso on 11th of March 2025. Ibrahim Traore handed over machines, tractors to agricultural sector in Burkina Faso, to their military, equipment, machines, tractors, worth of 13 billion CFA francs. Now, when you convert these 13 billion CFA francs to US dollars, it will give you 21 million US dollars. Just in a day, Ibrahim Traore splashed this money. Just in a day. Take a look at what is happening right now. He said he wants to improve agricultural sector in Burkina Faso and their security. Take a look at what is happening just in a day. This man splashed this
amount of money. Take a look at tractors worth of 21 million US dollars. Many of you have not seen this. Many of you have never heard of this. I'm just presenting it to you right now. This is what is going on in Burkina Faso. Please, what else will Burkina Faso citizens will be asking from this man again that this man have not done for them? What else? Security. This man have solved 90% of their security issue. We have not been hearing of terrorist activities in Burkina Faso. Again, this man have solved that problem. This man have built thousands of hospitals, schools, factories, roads. Many things this man have built in Burkina Faso. Let me remind you that Ibrahim Traore is doing all of these things without collecting loan. Without collecting loan. He have not collected loan from IMF, from World Bank. Just Burkina Faso mineral resources, their raw materials. This man is generating all these incomes from doing all these things in Burkina Faso. Take a look at even their military. They now have model hospitals. Their military have model hospitals in Burkina Faso. When you get injured immediately, they will treat you immediately. Model hospital in Burkina Faso. Just watch. Use your eyes and watch what is going on in Burkina Faso. Every day, this man is doing miracles. Miracles, not one. Just watch.
Frontline defending Burkina Faso's sovereignty. In regions where conflict and instability have posed significant challenges, ensuring timely and effective medical attention for soldiers is not only a matter of health, but of morale and strength. Soldiers who know they are supported and valued fight with greater courage and determination. The presence of this mobile field hospital...
This man needs our prayers. This man, we need to protect him. African youth, we need to protect Ibrahim Traore. This man have opened our eyes. Have opened our eyes. We are now thinking logically, critically. Africans are now thinking. This man, what this man is doing, only him, fearless. And they are trying to pull him down, but they will never succeed. The kind of love this man has for Burkina Faso citizens,
lands to the soldier safeguarding the nation's borders. His commitment to strategic development and effective governance is setting Burkina Faso on a path towards sustainable growth and improved quality of life. His leadership style resonates deeply with the values of integrity, action, and empathy. By ensuring that agricultural workers have the tools they need and that soldiers receive the care they deserve, President Traore is not just addressing policy objectives, but nurturing the heart of the nation. These initiatives also reflect his understanding that true progress is multifaceted, encompassing economic stability, social welfare, and national security.
At the beginning, people made fun of us. We were ridiculed. Because three countries, for them poor who unite, it would lead to nothing. But we continued our path. And today, I think they realize the evidence that we are succeeding in something that some do not want to see, but that some have not succeeded in doing. This is how, when you try to break the codes to revolutionize your life, people will always see you as ridiculous. They will laugh at you, but in the end, they will realize that you are right. I think that today, looking at international and even sub-regional geopolitics, for those who are enlightened, they will understand that the AES was right to undertake this itinerary. For those who do not want to wake up, we cannot do anything for them. They will always remain in their sleep, but we will continue to evolve. We hope that through this solemn ceremony, all the friends of Burkina Faso, the friends of the AES, will understand that we remain open to all those who want a sincere, respectful partnership. The AES will be the host country and we will be able to collaborate. But those who come to exploit us or have this inappropriate partnership as a judge, who come to violate our sovereignty and our independence, they understand that we will not be ready to welcome them. We will continue our march because the difficulties contribute to our creation. The difficulties make us strong. The AES is born in blood and sweat and will continue its path for the happiness of the people of the AES. I wish that everyone can, through their daily actions, make sure that the revolution that we have started can be the best that can inspire all of Africa to unite. When I take the case of Burkina Faso, we have tried many things and we will continue to undertake many things. But it has not always been easy. Our only crime may have been to try to revolutionize our health system, for example, to equip our hospitals, to build modern hospitals. Our only crime may have been to try to revolutionize our education system, to build schools according to standards, to change our curricula. Our only crime may have been to allow our farmers to have cheaper fertilizers, to work their fields for free so that we can achieve food self-sufficiency. Our only crime may have been to try to build road and railway infrastructure so that our populations can move. In short, all that we are trying to do, I think that some have always tried. Unfortunately, the slaves of Ceylon, the Africans who blindly follow the imperialists, have tried to discourage us. There is no reason to be demotivated because history has always given us reason, and history will continue to give us reason. Today, so many things are growing on our soil. When we announced at the beginning that we wanted to start farming, they took us for madmen. They said it wouldn't work. Today, our cocoa is doing very well. The sunflower is doing very well in Burkina Faso. Our wheat is doing very well. In short, there is so much speculation that we have tried, but we have tried to discourage ourselves. And I wish that you can never be discouraged in your daily tasks to revolutionize your lives. And it must be so for everyone. And to say that Africa must understand that we have the potential to be self-sufficient, to be independent, to be sovereign. This battle will continue within the AES, and we will continue to give our hand, to unite.
I am not a politician and I don't beat around the bush. I am a soldier and I prefer to tell you the truth. Everyone is free to take it or leave it. Everyone drives their car, everyone lives well. We eat in the morning, we eat in the afternoon and evening, and we do whatever we want to do. We are free to speak, to say what we want. This is democracy. This is the law. That's all. That's all we know in Ouagadougou. But go and see them, the children who are skin and bones. Go see those who are starving. Go see those women who can no longer breastfeed because they have nothing left in their breasts. Go see them. Let's not pretend. If our journalists don't have the courage to go out in the field and bring back these images, it's because we want to whitewash Burkina's image. I'm telling you, it's false. It exists. When I tell you about people who eat grass, those who want to contest, I will take them to see it continues. It hasn't even stopped, because we have managed to supply some villages, but others not yet. We are still on the way. No civilian can even support us with trucks, so we can show solidarity with these populations. What kind of integrity is this? What is integrity, Burkina Faso? What is it? This lack of support has deeply unsettled and revolted us. Until we truly address the core issues plaguing this country, we will remain in a state of unrest and discontent. For the moment, we've managed to secure some trucks in the army and have been using our own means to transport supplies. However, this hasn't really added much to the support for the starving populations. And even in doing this, there's been a distinct lack of empathy. The citizens were aware of the situation, but they've remained on the sidelines. This is to say that solidarity has disappeared in Burkina. Have pity for the people, have pity for the youth, have pity for the children. What have these villagers done so that when the sun sets, they find themselves in caves and under trees? They leave village after village, and in the morning they come back to see if everything is okay before returning. They sleep in the bush. They cannot sleep in their homes. We don't tell you these truths. This is the reality of Burkina. We only see our cities. We are responsible for what happens to us, and we will be fully responsible for what will follow, whether it is good or bad. It will depend on our behavior in the future. This continent has suffered so much and continues to suffer because of imperialists. These imperialists have only one cliché in mind. Africa is the empire of slaves. This is how they see Africa. For them, Africans belong to them. Our lands belong to them. Our subsoil belongs to them. They have never been able to change the logic until today. This is deplorable. But how do they proceed? Unfortunately, it is since the 1960s that these 6,000 acres of independence have been given to Africa. They have just placed local valets at the head, according to them, of their sub-prefecture to be able to continue to feed them. These local valets, which we are going to call today the slaves of Salon, have other goals. They want to live like the master, to satisfy the master, and to do everything that the master dictates to them. They steal, they plunder our states, they bring everything to the master, and their wealth is kept with the master. They do everything to live like the master and always satisfy him. Do you know who these slaves of Salon are? Well, we are going to explain to you what they are. They are individuals who have no dignity, who have no morals, who have no personality. But the master slave has always known how to identify these individuals. They are always ready to betray their brother, to satisfy the master. They have betrayed us since independence, and others continue to betray us to the benefit of their master. These individuals continue, against all odds, to help the master plunder Africa. They like to say it every year. In their economic polls, Burkina is the poorest country, Mali is the poorest country, Niger is the poorest country. We are ranked among the last. Very well, if we are as poor as they say. But when the time has come to take responsibility, we have asked this master to leave the place. Why don't they want to leave? When we take the case of Niger, for more than 40 years, some countries have been exploiting uranium to produce energy at home. From Ottawa to Paris, the streets are illuminated. It is the light. But in Niger, it is the darkness that has served us. When you go to our states, our soils are full of precious metals, such as gold. But often there is not even the slightest road accessible to reach the areas where they exploit gold, even less certain basic social services. This is why we have decided to revolt and take the fate of our countries into our own hands. There are many other examples. But when we decided so, we were approached by some saloon slaves to pass on the message of their master. Because they had created this kind of polymer chain that rises to the heads of our states to serve them. and we came to break the chain. And it is inconceivable for them. They approached us and asked us to enter the ranks, to make the elite leave that must lead Africa. Because they have an elite formed and formatted that must follow, that is embedded in this chain. We refused to enter their ranks. And then the hostilities began. They have sent several mercenaries and trainers to our area. The agents have descended into the Sahel to carry out barbaric, cowardly attacks against our people, hoping to revolt them. In addition to these attacks on the ground, the attacks on communication, manipulation, and disinformation are full in their ranks. But the people of the Sahel have understood, and we will never be able to be manipulated again. They know where they come from, they know what they are doing, and they know where they are going. We will no longer allow this. People are awake, and people are fighting today, not for ourselves, but for future generations.
People ask me many times, why are third world leaders corrupt? I mean, every country in Africa has leadership problems. Every country in the Caribbean has leadership problems. You know why? It's simple. I figured it out. It's very simple. Why are there so many lack of great leaders in your country among black African people? Or even Mexicans, the Asian people? Why is there such lack of leadership in these formerly oppressed countries? Here's why. Because the oppressor did not do what Jesus said. He made sure you never knew what he knew. Now, these are very interesting people, you know. They're interesting. Here's what they do. They say, okay, we ain't going to teach you nothing that we know. So all we're going to teach you is how to grow cane and cotton. Pick cotton, that's all you have to do. Go get water. That's it. You don't need to know anything else, they say. And so for 294 years, you become an expert cotton picker, an excellent cane cutter. But the problem is, he doesn't teach you how to make the cane into sugar. He doesn't teach you how to turn the cotton into cloth. He keeps that to himself. After a while, you become unruly because you multiply. And so you tell him, there's more of us than you. We're going to kill you if you don't let us go. So he does something very simple. Every single situation is the same. He said, okay, I don't want to fight you. I don't want to fight you. Tell you what, you could have the cotton field and you could have the cane because I don't want to fight you. I'm gone. And he leaves. So here you are. You call yourself free now because you got a cotton field and a cane. The problem is he trained you to wear clothes and to drink tea with sugar. You didn't hear what I just said. That's too deep. He conditioned you to wear his clothes and to drink tea with sugar. And he leaves you with a sugarcane field and a lot of cotton. Sharp guy. They're smart. After a few years, you begin to realize, I can't wear cotton and I can't put cane in tea. So he comes back and he says, what's your problem? You say, look, I can't turn cotton into cloth. He said, okay, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy the cotton from you at my price because you can't use it. So you can't set the price because you can't use it. I'll tell you how much I'm going to buy it from you for. I'll buy the cane, you cut it at my price. So they take it away and they turn it into cloth and sugar. Then they come back to you and they sell you the sugar at their price and the cloth at their price. And here you are now, instead of being directly oppressed, you are economically oppressed. They didn't train you to be producers. And now you thought you were free. So the kind of seminars I have is the seminars that help you learn how to make sugar. The kind of work I do is to teach you how to turn cotton into cloth. So that you become free to get your farms back and know how to convert cotton into cloth. And instead of just being consumers, you become producers. This is leadership. So what they do is they don't teach you how to lead. They don't teach you how to operate anything. And then when they leave you, they say, take charge. So here's the African guy in Ghana, the British is gone, and they never teach him how to be a leader like them. And he got power, he got all this country, he got this, but he ain't got no training. And so we have a slave wearing a crown. Woe to the land when a slave becomes king. Words of Solomon. Now, what I think is unfair is that they come back later and say, see, you can't rule. I told you, you ain't born to rule. Look how you messed up your country. Corruption, abuse, you know, and what they don't know is that they are the blame. They never trained me. You don't understand what I'm talking about. How can you set me up to fail and then tell me I failed? Oh, come on, clap, you get what I'm talking about. If we gotta get this right, you don't prepare me for failure and then say, I failed. I blame you for my failure because you never trained me to be a leader. It is enough for the teacher to make the student just like him. I guess you could say, my conclusion is, and I say this to all the governments I work with, the failure of third world countries is evidence of the failure of the colonial powers. They must take the blame. And that's why I am traveling every week to a third world country, sitting with parliaments and congresses and heads of state, and I lock them up for 3 days. Why? I gotta correct what those leaders never did. I have to somehow solve 200 years of history in 2 days. That's a lot of hard work, but we have to. Your problem is you don't believe you could turn cotton into cloth. And I've come to tell you, you can.
So guys, I hope you have watched that warning message from Ibrahim Traore. I really love to bring Ibrahim Traore to this channel because he's that one leader always he's a fearless African young leader, whereby he usually come out and warn those corrupt, puppet and sell out Caribbean and African leaders to change, because revolution, it has started. We have seen the things that Ibrahim Traore he has done to his country. Ibrahim Traore, since he attained power, he has managed to kick out the colonizers in his country. He has managed to change the colonizer system, the colonizer system in his country. Ibrahim Traore, he has done a lot of things in his country to a point whereby the Western people, the colonizers, they have started to fear Ibrahim Traore. And right now, I can tell you that Ibrahim Traore is being targeted because of the influence that he's bringing to our African and Caribbean black leaders. So Ibrahim Traore, he has been sending a warning. This is not the first warning or the second warning. Ibrahim Traore, he has been warning those corrupt, puppet and sellout leaders to change, because we have seen our leaders, our black leaders. We are having our black leaders in the Caribbean, our black leaders here in Africa, who they have stayed in power for more than 10 years, for more than 50 years, for more than or even 80 years. But when you see these people, what they have done to his country, it is nothing. These people, they have done nothing. So these people, they have been turned, all they were doing, it is to sell out the country. These people, they were being controlled by the Western countries, by the colonizers. So this is tell you that our black countries, it is still behind because of our leaders. And our African and Caribbean black countries, we are not developing because of the leaders that we have. And Ibrahim Traore, he has come out and sent a warning to these leaders to change, not to become puppet anymore, because we are still behind. Our country is still behind because of the imperialism. We are trying to fight this imperialism, but majority of our leaders, they are not working according to the will of the people. Majority of our black leaders, all they do, it is to sell out our country. It is to become puppet. It is to be they have been allowed to be they are now being controlled by the Western country, and that's why our country, it is not developing. We have seen our resources, it is being taken from here in Africa. Our resources, it is being used by these Western people to develop their country. They are using our resources to create more jobs to their children. They are using our resources to fund the health care in their country. And yet these people, they are calling our country a third world country, a poor country, a country whereby people are dying with hunger. And the people who are making our country to be like that, it is the Western people. So Ibrahim Traore is telling us that we African and black leaders in the Caribbean, when we will stand firm, when we will not allow these people to exploit our country, it will be more developed than the Western country. Yeah, because we know these people, they can't do without us. These people, they can't do without our countries. These people, they can't do without taking our resources from here in Africa, because these people, they have nothing in their country. All they do it is they depend so much here in Africa. They are exploiting here in Africa. And Ibrahim Traore is telling us that we need to stop all these things that the colonizers, they are still doing in our country. Yeah, I really love Ibrahim Traore because when he attained power, he managed to bring all the production that the colonizers, they were harvesting from from Ibrahim Traore country, that is Burkina Faso. Ibrahim Traore, he managed to kick out the colonizer who they were benefiting a lot in Burkina Faso. And Ibrahim Traore, he has been influencing our African leaders to follow the full step. Ibrahim Traore, he has been showing our African and Caribbean leaders that we can still do it without depending to these people. Yeah, we can still develop our country. We can still grow our country. We can still create more jobs to our country without depending to the Western people. Yeah, we can still do it. Yeah, and Ibrahim Traore, he has been in the forefront of calling those corrupt and puppet leaders to stop. Yeah, he has been calling them to stop. And this message I've decided to share you with the black leaders in the Caribbean, our African leaders, to change, because we are having a big problem with our African leaders. Our African leaders and the black leaders, only black leaders, we are having a problem with them, because these are now the reasons to why our country is behind. These are now the reasons to why we black people, we usually move out of our country to go in the Western country to look for more jobs. But our leaders, they have allowed Western people to come and take our resources, and they are going with our resources to process in their country. By processing our resources in their country, they are creating more jobs to their children, and they are creating more jobs to a point whereby we as black people, we are moving out of here, Africa, to go and work and help them to process our resources from our country. We can still cut out that and process all these resources that we have in our country and find a final product and sell to them if they want that, so that also as black people, we can create more jobs, we can develop our country. That is the message that Ibrahim Traore, he has been sending to all those puppet and corrupt leaders to change. And also Ibrahim Traore has been calling unity amongst us black people. He wants us black people to unite, because the biggest problem with us black people, it is not uniting. Yeah, that is the biggest problem that we black people, we are having. It is very difficult to see black Americans speaking with one voice. But in America, you will see Indians speaking with one voice. You will see the Chinese, they are speaking with one voice. You will see the white people also, they are speaking with one voice, they are supporting each other. But when it comes to the black person, they are not speaking with one voice, and that's one of the reasons to why they are not respected in United States. Black people, apart from the black Americans, wherever the black people they are, it is very difficult. It is very difficult for them to support their fellow black people. So we need to come together and speak one language. We want all black people supporting each other, like how these other races they are doing. The Indians, they are supporting their fellow Indians. The Chinese, they shop to the Chinese store. They support their fellow brothers and sisters wherever they are. When you see the Chinese here in Africa, you will see them supporting their own. They will go and shop to their fellow Chinese store. They will not come and shop to a black store. No, they will not. But when you see the black person, whether here in Africa, he will leave African or his brother store to go and shop in India or Chinese store or white store. This means that we people, we black person, we have a problem of not supporting each other. We need to unite. We need to support each other before going and support these other races, because black people, it is the only races which it is known of supporting other races than their own. Yeah, we love to give these other races priority. So Ibrahim Traore is telling us that we should put our black priority first. We should support our fellow black people. Yeah, we should support them. When you see there's a problem to black Americans, we should come together and speak with one voice. When you see our black people in the Caribbean, their leaders, they are so corrupt. We should call them. We should tell them to stop corruption, stop bringing corrupt to our black countries in the Caribbean. You need to work according to the will of the people. Stop selling out our countries. You can see what it is happening to Haiti. The Asian people, they are still fighting back their country because of the bad leaders. The leaders, they were puppet. They were selling out their country. And it comes to a point whereby the Asians themselves, they decided to come out and fight for their country. So if we will be having bad leaders, they will lead us into trouble. And we all know these people, they want our country not to be stable because they are benefiting from our country right now. And they fear us black people uniting, because when we will unite, we will start knowing what we want as a black person. We will start cutting the things that they are exploiting here in Africa. And these people, they are fighting so hard that black people, we should not unite because of the things that they are getting, because they are turning our leaders to become puppets so that our leaders can sell our resources to them. So kindly guys, I don't want to talk too much. Subscribe if you haven't, like this video, share and also comment. See you on my next one. Bye bye.